by people like me not being able to express authentic trains of thought from an Afrocentric pattern, the world is kind of guessing what we want. And that is what we don't, that is what I'm trying to eliminate. I don't care for a lot of hip hop artists, or I don't care for church. All I care about is knowledge, science, nature, and spirituality. And there's an entire community of people just like me who get no mainstream attention, who get no media attention, and who get purposely ignored because we would present a more healthy image of a Black person. And so when it comes to church issues and hip hop issues, the only thing I'm going to say is I'll allow the Black people who engage in that type of activity to dictate what they want. For me, I'm more centered in real life.
Okay, let me jump in here. This is fascinating for me. Now, Daniel Estulin has written a book called Tavistock about social engineering. And in that book, he talks about how CIA took over the hip hop and rap industries and basically tried to nurture people who would do music that led Black youth into crime to feed the prison industry. What is your perception of how the management of hip hop has gone? And are more managers of hip hop white or Black? Where is the kind of outer shell influence? You've got the people like you that are actually doing it, but then what kind of influences are you dealing with around you?
That's a beautiful question, and I'm glad that you asked all the right questions. It's exactly like you said, and I'm not going to name drop, but I've actually had people tell me, like, you can be signed, like you're a good artist, and I can blow you up in 2 to 3 months, but you're going to have to add more drugs in your raps. You're going to have to add more sex. So, I'm honest. I want people to know that you are not going to get to a certain level in that industry unless you are talking about things that are what I would like to call mentally ill behaviors, but for latent terms, criminal behavior. So if you're not over sexualized, if you're not telling somebody to pop a Percocet, then you're really not going to be a B-list, A-list rapper. You pretty much got to stay independent. So I want people to know, I know celebrities, I know rappers. Some of them I can call on the phone. And the reason you don't see me at that level or in that loop is because I'm not that pressed to be famous as a hip hop artist to where I have to say something that I don't genuinely agree with and that I know will destroy somebody's family, literally. So, it's true. And everything you just said is true. And I'm here to let y'all know it's true. And ask yourself this, right? And it's kind of everybody can ask themselves in their head. Ask themselves this question in their head. Look at where I built my platform by myself with no help. Why would you not sign me? No other artist has came to the table with a wave of people already. That's like me and you opening up a company and you got 50 million and I'm not asking you to borrow nothing. I got 100 million. And I'm saying, come on, Robert, let's get this project done. Why would you not work with me? So when it comes to the hip hop industry, everybody else, they build them up. They get them ghostwriters, they get them publicists, and they totally create an image for you, and they got to sell you. You don't got to sell me. I already sell myself. But since I sell myself in a genuine, healthy manner, nobody wants to work with me because the goal is not to profit exclusively. The goal is to profit while keeping Black youth psychologically destructive. And so that's what people are not understanding. Yes.
This is really important stuff. Do you know Dr. Kathleen Cleaver?
Not personally, but I've heard the name.
Well, she was married to a Black Panther, was a Black Panther herself. She earned a PhD. I consider her, together with Dr. Cynthia McKinney, who has a PhD in leadership and change, to be two of the top authentic Black leaders and having the added advantage of being Black female leaders. I think it would be great for you and she to have a conversation. In fact, I think it would be great for you to write an answer to her letter to the hip hop community, which you have a copy of. I think that would be an enormously powerful outreach. Now, let me ask you, a lot of people are saying that Britney Spears is an MK Ultra, that she has literally been mind controlled from the beginning and that she is a prisoner And I've posted stuff on this, which I find very troubling and compelling. Have you seen a sense of people being controlled and sexually abused, or just publicized in a manner that pushes the sex, but they're not actually being turned into degenerates?
Yeah, see, the problem with people is they don't, like I said, they suffer from psychosis and they don't realize it. So they're not really in tune with reality. And by not being in tune with reality, they don't have a normal sense of discernment. So they gauge the truth not off what it actually is, which is facts, but based off how they feel. So the reason I'm bringing that up is because if you're a Britney Spears fan, or you're just a fan of pop music or whatever genre music she does, or any other artist, you don't want to believe that you have love for something that is corrupt. You don't want to believe that. It's like me. I used to believe that the white man wasn't dead. I went through all of that. And I didn't want to believe that Farrakhan was a piece of shit. And then one day I had to say, this guy right here is a piece of shit. And so it happens. And so when it comes to Britney Spears and other artists, people have to accept the fact that these CEO Mongols are Satanists. I don't care if you're a Christian, whatever. You're a Satanist on top of that. And they perform rituals which disturb the hippocampus part of the brain. So what I want people to realize is there's a process. Hypnotization, hypnosis, hippocampus is all interconnected. In order to fracture somebody's mind, you have to send an electrical current in opposition to the way it naturally flows through their spine. So energy flows down your spine. So when you basically sodomize somebody on top of traumatizing them, you send in this electrical current in the opposite pattern to where it literally slams into the brain and it fractures the mind. And then what they do is when they it's called the vasovagal process. During this process, when they fracture the mind, now you can insert a new personality in there. So what people got to realize with MK Ultra is, outside of certain devices and techniques being used, really what we're dealing with is hypnosis at an extreme level of trauma. So you got these celebrities like Britney Spears. I'm pretty sure she didn't grow up and want to be a Satanist. I'm pretty sure she wanted to be a pop star. But you get around these powerful people, you've never been taught to stand up for yourself your whole life. You've never been taught to tell somebody no. We're not really taught to be strong and be like, no, we're not taught that. And so you get around these people and they kind of literally peer pressure you into this cult.
So to support what you're saying, I want to point people to my review of this book, Transformation of America by Kathy O'Brien, which talks about all of the Germans that came over, not only into CIA, but into the National Aeronautic and Space Administration. And they put mind control, they turned it into an industrial thing. And I think that mind control, people can also search for mind control at phibetaiota.net. And everything that you're saying, all of the stuff I have read backs up.